to mount a brushless motor. So you can see the wind is a little bad right now. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of windy. Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, out here at the Avon Park Field, I got my filming with my Galaxy Pro or Galaxy Ultra 23 Ultra. I can't think. Going old school today. Dug out of my closet my old HobbyZone, the frame and everything's the original HobbyZone Super CUB. Only controlled by your tail only. I had this on the channel a couple years ago, and I figured, well, you know what? It's a windy day. Why not try and see if I can remember how to fly something just by tail control. I mentioned something about I think in the unboxing build of the new Timber, and I said, you know what? I need to go back and practice that skill. So everything now, I'm not completely old school in that the rudder is controlled over here. I've got the aileron is actually my rudder now. If you look at my plane, is actually my aileron is the rudder, and then elevator is normal. But that's the only control you've got, and it's very, very windy. It didn't have a receiver in it, so I've got an AR-410 receiver, and you see my cross breeze here, and everybody had to work but me. So we're gonna give it a shot, see if I can remember how to fly this. The plane is put together from parts I found different places. HobbyZone themselves actually had the fuse and the tail assembly. I found the wing at another site. I think I got the wheels from off eBay. I don't remember. And it doesn't have the original motor. It's got I know it's a 2200 kV motor, one of them cheap ones off Amazon. And I was able to find a kit years ago to mount a brushless motor. So you can see the wind is a little bad right now. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of windy. The wing doesn't even have a spar in it. I don't have any audio call out or anything, but we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see if we can get this thing up in the air. It's awfully windy though. Oh, come on. Maybe it's not such a good idea. But we're determined. We are determined. Got a 2200 Turnigy. Yeah. 2200 Turnigy Shorty in there. All right, we're holding still now. Scared a bird. Yeah, it's windy. Like I said, I got nothing, no kind of a gyro or anything. That's kind of fun though, you know, come out here and fly something on my old DX9, because my IX-14 had an accident here at the field. I had the strap got wrapped around my leg. Didn't realize that. I went to move real quick, and everything feels okay. I went to move real quick and turned around and pulled the transmitter down and pulled it straight into the ground. I mean, right into the side of the bench seat on the park on one of the picnic tables, and anyways, pulled it face first. I mean, I basically pulled it down with force when I turned. I'm like, oh my gosh, and it went face first into the picnic bench seat. And of course, you know, I had to go face first, and broke two of the switches. The biggest thing, well, switches are not all that big of a deal, that you should be able to replace them. But the problem is that it shattered them pretty bit. I mean, it hurt broke the housing and everything around them. And those metal shards went into the circuit board. Now, because I could hear things rattling around inside there. Now, I finished flying the day because I still had to fly the GB, and it's only a 4-channel control, so I didn't need flaps, I didn't need anything else, because it was my flap channel and one of my auxiliary channels I use for different flight modes. And I'm like, well, I'll just leave the GB in high rates and not worry with it. And that's what I did. I didn't have any problem, but I'm afraid now that pieces of metal in there rattling around, they might settle onto the circuit, you know, settle onto a circuit board and short the thing out. And not to mention, I don't really trust myself to change them switches. And so, make a long story short, it's going to go back to Horizon Hobby. It's out of warranty now. It's going to go back to her. Well, I don't even think they would have covered it anyways. But it's going to go back to Horizon Hobby. But tomorrow, here it is, Wednesday. Tomorrow, my new IX-14 SE Plus will be delivered. Oh, it's a STOL plane. The HobbyZone CUB is a STOL plane. Hey, where are you going? Where are you going there, buddy? All right. I hope this is coming out on camera. But yeah, so my new IX-14, so I'm going to, you know, not send my old one off until I get the new one, and then I'll do the, luckily I have everything backed up onto the disc, and I'll do the card, and I'll just take that out and put all the models back in. The only drawback is that means that every time I take a model out to the field, even though it's all set up in a radio, I have to rebind it. So that don't take, I mean, that just takes a few seconds to do, but I have to do that each time. That's the only drawback, and that's a small price to pay compared to the price of the $1,200 I spent on the new transmitter. But in my DX9, I can use it, but it doesn't do all the forward programming that I like to do. So it's windy. Yeah. So anyways, so I'm spoiled with that IX-14 now. So I got to have a new one. So that's what it is. And the other one, when I get it back from being repaired, that'll be my backup. Since I can easily just transfer the models back over, you know. All right, I'll take it up one more time here. My old school HobbyZone. It's kind of fun, you know, come out here and do this with something simple, just by your tail, just controlled by the tail. And now there's no gyro or anything, just AR-410. 100% throws, 30% expo. That's all I got. You know, on the aileron, on the elevator and the rudder. That's all the controls I got. A little bit expo to kind of soften it up. Motor's off right now. Whoa, hey, get back over here.
1 minute. over.
Yes, 1 minute over. Oh, 1 minute over. Oh, shoot. I guess we need to land. That's right. I was talking and BSing and then forgot. You know what? You're supposed to pay attention to the timer. It doesn't have the call outs like the other one does. That's windy. Gosh. But it's good to know I remember how to control a plane with a tail. Yes, I know I'm cheating. I got everything on one stick, but better keep a little bit of throttle in here. All right. All right. We're going to pause for just a minute and I'll go back. We'll go back to the bench, talk about it. All right. She's rocking there with the wind hitting her. I got her braced on the one of the benches here. We were a minute and 32 seconds over on a 5-minute timer. Let me pause while I pull the battery out because it's a bottom loader. All right. We still got, I don't know if you can see this or not. We still have 71% left, so we're going to go up again. I'm not going to, I want to bring that short even. You can probably set your timer for 10 minutes. Now, finding one of these planes, I know you're not able to see what I'm doing. Oh gosh, it's windy. Get that down in there. Just get everything shoved down in there. Okay. Bottom loader. Got a little latch there. It's windy. Oh gosh, is it windy? All right, get that in there. Not a bad looking little plane. This some aftermarket rubber bands, you know, bottom and bulk, and that motor is I think like a 22 kV motor. Just one of them. You know, if you look on Amazon, you look for motor and ASC combos, and they have a little motor with 2 servos and a 30 amp ESC that doesn't have it. It's unnamed for like $23. Well, that's what this is. Just a simple little kit. Comes with those little orange props, and you know, I think I got $100 all together in all of it, between all the parts and the everything. Then, well, then another 30 or 40 for the receiver on top of that. So, all right. Just simple 3-channel control. Your roll like that's is simply by aileron or by elevator and rudder. Right now I'm just windsurfing. That's half throttle and she's barely moving. All right. But all you do to set this kind of configuration up is you plug your rudder into where you normally plug your ailerons. So that's controls your ailerons, controls your rudder, and then your elevator, your normal controls for your elevator. All right, let me get her turned back around here. I'm the only pilot here because I'm the only one that's crazy enough to come out and fly on these windy days.
3 minutes over.
So let's see if we can actually land this thing on the runway like normal. I don't even think I calibrated the ESC. Yeah, because I'm like had almost a quarter throttle in order to get a response. So yeah, I don't have my ESC calibrated. Well, we're not always prepared here on Fat Guy Flies RC. But I'll be honest, that having to come up with an extra $1,200 to buy a new transmitter really took the bite out of the focus on things. So I really wasn't wanting to do that. But I knew I needed a good, reliable backup. So, I mean, that was just a freak accident. That wasn't any fault of the transmitter. There was nothing wrong with it. It just, you know, I had a physical accident. So, I mean, and it wasn't anybody's fault. It just, you know, it just happened. All right. But as far as this plane goes, you can, like I say, I bought this, everything you see, you know, like 3 years after it's been discontinued. So the parts are still out there. You just got to find the fuselage here and the wing there, and
4 minutes over.
find. And now, as far as the motor mount goes, that's an aftermarket motor mount to allow you to have a brushless motor. But I'm sure you can find one. I don't remember where I got this one. Was a company called HobbyZone, and I think they only have online on eBay now, and they don't have this machined CNC machined motor mount anymore. But I'm sure you can find it. I'm sure someone has a 3D printed copy of one. It's very lightweight. It's low stress, and because the original plane came with a brushed motor and a gear reduction unit on it, and just very. This is so much more effective, and you get a lot better flight time, and you may be able to even find that brushed motor, but I don't know. We're 10 minutes into the flight, 10 minutes on the timer, so I think we are going to land it now. Out of the motor, out of the power, out of the power. You just control it like you do a banking yank. All right, let me just take you right here and we'll turn her over right here on the field and check the battery. Hey, come back here. Look at this. Look at the wind. Bye. Come back here. Hey. All right, folks, like I said, we're not, this is like Fat Guy Flies RC raw. Okay. All right, turn it over. I know you can't see what I'm doing right now, but I'm turning the model over, putting her on her belly, pulling the battery out, and laying the battery on the fuse, and pulling out the battery checker. This is the drawback of a one-man show here. All right, 48%. Hopefully you can see that. That's acceptable. So, all right, well there you go. Let's fish everything back in there. Put it all back down, make it all pretty and nice. All right, well, there you go, folks. That is the old school way of controlling. Let me just show you real quick. Like I said, the controls are all on the tail. All right. Now this is where you put your aileron into your rudder port. Okay. And that's 100% with 30% expo, and then the elevator is 100%, 30% expo. That's all the control that you've got. That's it. That's it right there. That and throttle control. But all right, well there you go, folks. Thank you for watching and listening to my drama about my transmitter. And the shame of it is, if I've got that brand new Timber 10-year anniversary all put together and ready to fly, and if I don't get my new transmitter tonight, then I'll be bringing it out here tomorrow, do the maiden, and I'll be doing it on the DX9, so I won't have to be able to share the AS3X Plus settings with you. But I know I'm confident. I don't know, if I get it in the mail, then I will bring it out. We'll see. One way or the other, I'll do the maiden on the Timber 10-year anniversary as soon as possible. I'm very confident in my DX9's ability, but I can't do all the forward programming stuff that I want to do, and I like making my own custom audio call outs. So, but that's just me being spoiled. Alrighty, well, thank God for technology and giving me this wonderful hobby, and thank you viewers for stopping by. God bless y'all, and stay tuned for this. I'm going to take a couple of pictures and attach them to the end of this video. See y'all later. God bless. Bye-bye.